What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we will be unboxing the new iPhone 16 Pro and we will be putting our brand new Apple 16 clear case on it. The unbranding for both. Right now I do currently have the 15 Pro and I did just get the recent 16 Pro, so we will be unboxing it, seeing how it is, seeing what they took out of the bag box this time around, because you know Apple, they always take something out. And then in a couple of days I will be putting another video out showing the main differences and the first week of usage, and if I notice any kind of difference in usage from the 15 to the 16. Probably none, but let's go find out. So now let's get started with the unboxing part, the fun part. Let's start off with the packaging. I think Apple's packaging is actually very unique, very simple. Now, one thing Apple's really good with is giving people the experience of feeling special when they open a box. They used to have a packaging, then they wanted to be more eco-friendly. Now they have two little strips at the top. Still not bad, still a good experience. Now the Apple specialty. Bam. That's the color, Desert Titanium. Actually really beautiful. Let's do a 360 look on it. Now, first thing I also noticed is they did remove the little sticker up here, which would give you a free Apple sticker. And another thing I noticed right away is that on this paper, a camera button is added right here. A camera icon is added for the button. And another experience that Apple is good with is lifting this piece of paper. It may not sound like a lot or look like a lot, but people really subconsciously value this. I have a 15 Pro Titanium, and this one is surprisingly really similar in weight. Now, I know this was supposed to be closer weight to the 14 Pro, but it's actually really nice when it comes to the weight of it. Desert Titanium, I'm not sure how they got that name. This looks more rose goldy than anything, but I still think it's a beautiful color. Now, really cool camera button. I'm gonna try it out, see how it is, see how I like it, and then we'll go from there. So now let's power it on. Bam, power it on right away. Really cool, really good Apple experience. Now let me try to press the control button, camera button, and see how it feels, because I know they were emphasizing the clicks on it. It is actually really nice. It is noticeably different than the power button. It feels more smooth. Now, one thing I noticed immediately right away is while I'm holding the phone, like when I'm taking a picture like this, the button would be better off right here. However, the button's really far off. So when I take a picture and I want to use the button, I have to move my hand to the side, and I'm sacrificing stability in the photo for convenience. Now, I wonder how that's gonna go off. I really hope Apple lowers the button, because I do think that is a really big downside of the camera button. If I'm taking a picture, I'm not gonna take my finger along the way. I wanna be able to see the screen in full and take the picture like this, not like this. So that was pretty critical, a pretty big issue actually, now that I think about the camera button. So let's move on to the next thing. So now one thing I noticed immediately, the screen is slightly larger, which I know they didn't make, but they also, from what they said, got rid of the bezel marginally, which I can actually notice right away. Regardless of the screen size increasing, the phone does not feel heavier, which is really interesting, which is good. All right, we're gonna again set it up. So now the American version has no physical SIM card slot. It is only electronic SIM card. I'm not a fan of that change. I hope Apple goes back to everything else, every other brand. That's pretty cool. So they changed how you would set it up. Before, that would just pop up right away. They tell you about the camera control option. We're gonna hit continue, set up Siri later, and when iPhone can try to text emergency service via satellite if you're gonna connect. Bam, perfect. All right, so the setup was pretty seamless, pretty easy. Now, first impression, phone weight is really good. The color is beautiful. I just don't like this camera button in the position where it is. When I first heard about the concept, I thought it was a really cool concept. I just wish they did a little bit more research. Now, if you guys don't share that same sentiment with me, please let me know. I wanna know if you guys do take pictures like this or like this. Convenience, not convenient. Now, I guess people could have larger hands, but then again, I feel like I have a larger hand than average. Maybe I don't, but again, reaching it is gonna be a pain. All right, and now the fun part, the case. Same thing, Apple values experience more than anything, which is why they package the casing just the same as the phone. Bam. In a very professional way. Bam. Really cool case. One thing I noticed immediately is this button, this right here actually is camera control cover right here. Other cases that I saw did not have that. They left that part naked. I really like how that does that with Apple specifically. Now, let's try the case out. Case, as always, pretty slippery. I think the phone looks absolutely gorgeous in the Apple case. Now, this does stand out. Now, one thing that I noticed earlier on a different phone that I like is, yeah, you can control this. Now, I don't know if other brands have the same functionality. Having this case on here with this cover, it treats it as if nothing was on here, and it's really comfortable to do this than other cases where you have to actually dig in there to push the button and maneuver the button. That's really cool. Now, let's go ahead and try to take a simple picture. Let's say we want to take a picture of this little firefighter, and let's see how convenient it is. Hold my finger on it, change the zoom. Let's say we want to do 1.5 right here, and let's say we want to adjust. Another thing I noticed is when you have your finger on it, you can actually double tap without lifting your finger to change the depth, to go change the exposure, to change the zoom, cameras, styles, and tone. Let's say we want to change the tones and we want to make it 0.1. Bam. Now let's try it out. Pretty cool photo, pretty solid, a little camera guy in there. Now I think that's really solid how you can actually change the styles from there specifically without having to maneuver around the actual settings on the phone. I think Apple is trying to give the user an experience of a physical, of a digital, of an actual camera without the phone experience. I think that's really cool, and I'm really excited to see how they add more features onto iOS 18. This phone is built for Apple Intelligence, as they say. Overall, first impression with the case, really, really nice. Looks nice, feels nice. Case is a little bit slippery, but that is expected. Now, the buttons, as always, relatively hard to push, but the one reason I would want to stick with the Apple case over other brand is specifically this part right here. Every single other case that I've seen always left this part alone, as in it's entirely naked here, and you have to dig in for the camera. I'm not a fan of that, but maybe you guys are. Now, let me know what you guys think about that too. Case was actually pretty expensive. In the US, it does go for $50, which for a case is a decent amount, but let me know what case you guys would prefer. Now this is my, let's compare sizes actually. This is my iPhone 15 Pro and this is my 16 Pro. We're gonna put them side by side so you could actually see a slight difference in size, crazy. But it could also be the case. This is a Zag case with a stand on it, and I do have a lens protector. I do plan on getting it for this phone too, along with the screen protector. All right, and that's the unboxing of this one. All right, guys, that wraps that up. Now, let me know what you guys think about the new iPhone 16 Pro. Me personally, I think the color is actually absolutely beautiful, but I kind of think they lied. This is not desert titanium. This is rose gold. Come on, but let's be honest, it's still a good color. Apple likes to make their Pros distinguishable colors, which I think is a great thing, but I think they need to release a red color now. I'm tired of this. I think a red color is what we need now. Let me know which color you guys plan on getting, if any, and which phone you guys plan on getting. All right, see you guys next week.